Rumors are swirling around now that Disney is canceling the Snow White remake, or they're hiring a new actress to replace Rachel Zegler after backlash against the comments that she made about the movie.
First cartoon came out 85 years ago, and so to be able to 85 years later be the first Disney live action version of that is so incredible.
My issue with it is exactly what you said. There are actors, dwarf actors, that dream to be in a major motion picture such as this Disney remake. Now it's taken away.
And I know that at this point I can't really stop people from doing that because that's what my whole existence on the internet is just me being taken out of context.
Rachel Zegler is back in the headlines and not in the way you would expect. Rumors are swirling that Zegler has been kicked off the Snow White project due to the dumb things she had been saying about the movie, though the news is not shocking to the fans, but the actress was not expecting it. The word has it that Zegler has not taken the news well and is causing a lot of drama, so let's get into it. Now, in this time of alleged cancellation, Rachel has no one to fall back upon.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Rumors surrounding Rachel Zegler's departure stemmed from an update by insider RPK on X, where he discussed her being cast in another project. This led to the belief that she would also be replaced in the Disney remake. You might remember that when Rachel Zegler was announced as the new face of Snow White for Disney's live-action adaptation, the decision was met with much controversy. At first, the casting of Zegler, who is of half Colombian and half Polish descent, became a focal point for a broader discussion on diversity and representation in Hollywood. Critics on social media platforms argued that Zegler's casting was not true to the original story of Snow White, a character they felt should adhere to a more conventional European portrayal. In addition to that, the uproar surrounding the reboot started out nearly immediately as behind-the-scenes snapshots surfaced, revealing that the jobs of the dwarfs were portrayed by actors of regular stature instead of individuals with dwarfism. This casting choice ignited a firestorm of grievance, with many accusing the production of insensitivity and perpetuating stereotypes. Dylan Postal, a dwarf actor, protested against the casting director on national TV.
My issue with it is exactly what you said. There are actors, dwarf actors, that dream to be in a major motion picture such as this Disney remake. And now, because Peter Dinklage said what he said last year, now it's taken away.
Soon, Zegler herself gave people more food to dislike her guts. During an interview with Extra on D23 Expo, Rachel threw in a slew of incendiary remarks about the prince not saving the princess. She called the original plot weird by labeling the male lead as a stalker. She said, "The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. So we didn't do that this time. We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because we cast a guy in the movie. It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful." Now, she did not put an end to her nonsense there. Later on, in a subsequent interview with Variety, she expanded on the more modern twist to the film. "I just mean that it's no longer 1937. We absolutely wrote a Snow White that's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true." Rachel also told Entertainment Weekly that she felt that the original Snow White movie is extremely dated in terms of the roles of women. She claimed that when they came to reimagining the actual role of Snow White, it became about the fairest of them all, meaning who is the most just and who can be a fantastic leader. It looks like the backlash had been pretty justified, but Rachel indirectly claimed that SH felt wronged. During an Instagram video, Rachel explained that her words were being painted in a negative light, intentionally.
Video is gonna get taken out of context, and I know that at this point I can't really stop people from doing that because that's what my whole existence on the internet is just me being taken out of context and stuff, which is fine.
She explained that her choice of profession as an actor naturally makes her susceptible to constant public criticism and judgment. So anything she does would make people talk one way or the other. She also tried to lessen the impact of her condescending remarks on the movie, which, by the way, she eventually acknowledged by admitting that she never meant to be ungracious.
That's what I signed up for, isn't it? But I never want it to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have.
You already know that Zegler has been more than upfront about her radical views on the original classic, but now her comments are coming back to bite her. The word on the street is that Rachel's woke ideologies have put a stop to the live-action film's release. The Inside the Magic Entertainment news platform reported things have been looking rough for the success of the live-action Snow White film, which has not even come out yet, nor has one trailer or any real previews. The hatred has been unprecedented, and it may lead to Disney's decision to do something unprecedented, pull the film entirely. Another branding expert, Carla Spite, explained that due to the extremist idea of feminism and equality that is trending right now, the PR's made a mistake by not training the actress carefully. Whilst it's been clear that the original Disney princess films hold old values, Disney have fallen for the trap of going to the opposite extreme to inflict strong and loaded messaging on the viewers, believing that's empowerment. There was a time when Disney actors were media trained and were thoughtful about the impact of their words while sticking to key messaging about the films, but it seems with this total rewrite of Snow White, picturing her as a boss girl has gone to the heads of their stars. Well, it looks like since the impact of Zegler's words caused quite a stir, and the son of the director who made the original Snow White had some hard words to say. Although David Hand didn't directly criticize Zegler, but he unloaded pretty heavily on the film. It's a whole different concept, and I just totally disagree with it, and I know my dad and Walt would also very much disagree with it. Trying to do something new with something that was such a great success earlier. Now that the original creators are calling out woke behaviors, it's no wonder that Rachel is getting kicked out from the film. The thing is, experts believe that the financial and logistical challenges of such an endeavor would be enormous, not to mention the negative publicity and potential backlash from Zegler's supporters and advocates for diversity in Hollywood. It looks like Disney is aware of these factors, is likely to take such a drastic step, especially considering that Zegler's comments has been widely deemed offensive within the broader context of societal conversations about representation and inclusivity in media. You might think that Zegler would eventually not want this type of attention on her so soon after this much drama, but no, she tried to call out the public for the backlash that resulted from her own stupidity. She said, "I feel so thankful for those moments because it started to make me feel like solid Teflon, that nothing can hurt anymore because they've said the worst that can be said. You just say, thank you so much for this. I have a lot of love in my life, and I'm very thankful." We get to do our work and have that speak for itself instead. If not, what are these live action remakes for? Why do we need to tell the same story again and again if we don't change, adapt, and reflect? Fans believe that Rachel was served a great career on a silver platter, but she chose to destroy it. What career does Zegler have? You have to wonder who is promoting this woman and why, since she came from nowhere to prime lead acting roles. So far, every film she has been in has either failed financially or seriously underperformed. That and her inability to control her mouth will make her persona no grata in short order. Good riddance. That's it for today. See you at the next one. Goodbye.